Well, let me just say to Farm Bureau, thank you. Once again, I am humbled and honored to be recognized like this, particularly by an organization that I have so much respect for, I've had such a long-standing relationship with. This means a great deal to me because of any number of issues, but first of all, having gone to Washington from the heart of ag country in Colquitt County, all of my friends are either farmers themselves, or they bank farmers, or they sell chemicals to farmers, or treat farmers. So agriculture has been such a huge part of my life during all of my years in Moultrie. My home county of Colquitt County has always prided itself on being the most diversified agriculture county east of the Mississippi River. So it was important for me to show the agricultural flag in D.C. There are times in your life when you have to take advantage of an opportunity to give something back. And I was enjoying what I was doing then as a lawyer in Moultrie. I had a very successful practice. But this was an opportunity, I thought, to maybe give something back to the people, but just as importantly, the country that had been so good to me, and thank goodness it worked out the way it did. The problem we always have with agriculture is that 40 years ago, probably half the members of the House of Representatives came from rural areas. Today, most of the members of Congress, an overwhelming majority, come from urban areas. So those of us who do come from rural parts of the country have an obligation and an uphill battle sometimes to explain to those urban area members of Congress why agriculture is so important, why you don't just have food show up in the grocery store. There's somebody that gets up 4 o'clock every morning and milks those cows. There's somebody that grows that peanuts, cotton, wheat, corn, whatever it may be, that makes that bread or makes that milk. And those people need to be taken into consideration, and it needs to be understood by rural and urban members that their quality of life, if they're going to continue to provide the finest quality of food and fiber in the world, means an awful lot, and we've got to make sure that they're able to do that in the right way. I was very fortunate but very blessed to serve as chairman of the Committee on Agriculture for 2 years, and then to serve as ranking member for another 6 years. The last 3 farm bills I participated in, I was in the room when all the decisions were made. So when you have a chance to write a farm bill, a major piece of legislation that impacts everybody in the country every single day, impacts trade policies, impacts national security issues, it's kind of overwhelming, but it's significant, and I thoroughly enjoyed my opportunity to be involved in making the final decisions on what went into each one of those farm bills. For me to be able to talk to farmers directly, and for my staff to be able to engage directly on a daily basis, was critically important. And it allowed us to be heard. I mean, everybody else in the Senate knew that the guy they needed to go talk to about any issue on agriculture was me. And I took great pride in that. We worked hard at it, staff worked hard at it, but in the end, I think we got a lot of things done because of the fact that farmers let me know what their thoughts were about everything from planting to harvesting to policy matters that were going on in agriculture. If they didn't tell me, I wouldn't have known about it. So it's critically important that there be a relationship between every farmer in the state and every elected official that has anything to do with agriculture.